Hi guys. I'm going to type in what we'll need over here. We'll need a couple moderate to light to moderate dumbbells. You can use heavy ones. You may not be able to get as many repetitions. Let's see, dumbbells. Something that's slick or you can slide on. So I'll say a slider, something like a paper plate will work. We'll also need some kind of cushion, like a rolled up blanket or a pillow. And what else? We have dumbbells, slider, blanket. I think that's going to be maybe a mat. All right, so we got a lot of core on the workout today. Got a little bit of whole body workout, but we're going to focus a lot on obliques and abdomen and some low back in there too. And if you're tuning in and you got the chat on the right, just give me a shout out. Just say, hey, let me know you're here. I see you have a few of you in there. Get your water. So the slider, you can use, I'm using a slick piece of cardboard from an old beer box. And that'll slide on my carpet. You can use like a sock on hardwood floor or like your wooden flooring or slick flooring, that'll work. Baker's in. What's up, Baker? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start moving around just a little bit while I'm waiting on a few more people. So if you haven't loosened up yet, join me, swinging your arms around a little. I'm gonna do some leg swings today. In the last couple times we worked out, we did lunges and squats. So for a swing, find something to balance with. Really far forward and back. Try to get a little stretch to your hamstrings and a little stretch to your hip flexors each way. All right, same thing on the other leg. Stay pretty loose with this. You don't have to be super locked in tight there. Let your core move around a little. Oh, one more thing. We'll need some kind of broomstick or some kind of bar that'll go across your back. All right, let's do a few sun salutations, a few flows on that. I'm going to go 4 times through just to refresh. I'm starting towards the floor. I'm going to step my left foot back to a deep lunge. From there, join that other foot, slowly lower to the ground. Press up into a cobra. From there, we walk a little forward and do a downward dog. And my left leg's going up for that same lunge stretch. And then together, before you stand, 1 in, let's go for 3 more of those. To your toes, step your left foot back, right foot back, press up, downward dog, left foot forward, step together, stand, let's go 2 more. We're going to go to the floor. Left foot back. To a deep lunge, your knee should be on the ground here. Step together, slowly lower. Press up. To a downward dog. Left foot forward. To my lunge. Together. And then back upright. One more cycle on this one. To the floor, left foot back, right foot back, fall to the ground, push, sit back to the dog, left foot forward, step together, and stand. Let's get a little twist side to side. Baker's hand, okay, good. Feel free to get some overhead reaches, whatever feels good for you. You don't have to follow my routine, but just loosen up a little. Let's get a few squats down towards the ground. Nice and low. 2, let's spend about a couple seconds down at the bottom. Try to let your hips loosen up a little. Wake up those quads and glutes. 6. All right. So I'm gonna get us rolling. Where did I put my sheet? All right, let's start with the stuff up on your feet. So let's start with some squats. Let's grab your dumbbells, and you can hold those to your side, but the first one, since we're doing a sumo squat, you may want to either hold out in front of you, or I prefer up here. So my feet are wider than shoulder width, my toes are angled out. I want to drop as low as I can get, keeping my heels down, and squeeze my glutes to the top of each repetition here. So that's 1, 2, we're going to 10 in this foot position. 3, try to control your speed as you lower. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more. There's my 10. Let's shake your legs just a little, give your arms a break. We're moving that to a standard squat next. So my feet aren't quite as wide, but they're still shoulder width or just slightly wider. Let's bring those weights back up. I'll give you the side view. We're trying to go as low as you can go without your back tucking under here in this position. So about here for me, and then back up. Let's go for 10 of these guys. 2, 3, 4. Try to control your speed down and give a little more power on that way up. 6, 7, 8, 9. There's my 10, good. Now we're gonna do one final set of 10, this time with our feet close together to a narrow stance squat. So we should feel mainly your quads taking over here doing most of that work. Ready? Keeping them in close. Make sure your knees line up over the top of your feet and we're not letting them bow out to the side. 2, 3, 4. It's okay to have those hands to the side on this one. 5, as long as you keep your chest up and shoulders back. 6, 7, heels down. 8, 9, one more. There's our 10, 10, 10. So let's do a little circuit for your shoulders. Give the legs a break. And we're gonna start off with an alternating front raise. So one at a time, out and back. Make sure as you do this one that we're not swinging your weight up. So we wanna control that lift. And same thing on the lower phase. You ready? Out to the front, slow on the way down. Switch, 2. Try to keep your upper body from swinging. 3, 4. Want to go 10 aside or 20 total. 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is one of the exercises that's good to practice keeping your stomach squeezed in tight, glutes squeezed in tight, so you can keep your form and back in check. 14, 15, 16. Almost there. 4 more reps. 3, 2, last one. Got them? Good. I'm going to come down to a kneeling position where you can see me a little bit better. And we're going to an overhead press or shoulder press. We're starting here. The weight should be about maybe chin level or ear level. And I'm going to push all the way up. 1, try not to arch your back. 2, just a 10. 3, 4, 5. If your weights are too light, go grab some heavier ones. 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. Here's our 10. And then for the back side of your shoulders, we're going to use those same weights for a rear delt fly. So if I hinge at my belly or my waist, my feet are in close together on this one. I'm going to show you the most range with the arms here first. This is what it looks like. Notice my elbows are a little higher than what my wrists are at. From a side view, make sure on this one that we're not rounding your back. we need to have a flat spine. So from here, let's go for 10. You ready? Out to the side, slowly controlling them down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 9 and 10. Jump. All right, let's go into shoulders, torso rotation. Go ahead and grab your broomstick or handle there. I'm gonna grab one real quick. All right, we're back. So something just as simple as a wooden dowel or a broomstick here. We're gonna stand with our feet shoulder width apart. Go with whatever width is comfortable on your hands. And I want you to twist to one side and hold there for a second. And as we do that hold, I want you to feel the muscles in through here, your obliques, abdomen and low back, all squeezing tight at that end of the range of motion. We'll do the same thing for the other side. 2. Notice my hips aren't swiveling a whole lot on this one. I'm trying to keep them somewhat stable. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One thing that'll help keep your hips stable is put a little bend to your knee there. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's go 5 more repetitions there with that same squeeze. 4, 3, 2. Last one. You got it. All right, I'm gonna go through that same circuit. So let's go for our weights. One sumo squat, standard distance, and then narrow. 10 repetitions on each. Feet back out wide. Hold your weights wherever you'd like. Everyone nice and low. Squeeze your glutes to the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Try not to take too much rest at the top of each rep. Go right from that one and down to the next one. I think I'm on 9 or 10 there, and we'll call that one 10. Break for both arms and legs. Let's go for a standard width squat. Your toes can have a slight angle out here. Try not to have them pointing way out there. Straight forward's okay, but preferably just a little angle out to the side. All right, same thing, 10 reps, control, and push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Keep rolling, one more. There's our 10. I'm gonna bring it in a little bit closer yet. This one's tougher to balance, especially if you have long legs. Long femurs make this one where you have to lean forward just a little bit. So it can keep your waist to your side or up, your choice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 left. 9. There's my 10. Good. And I'm going to take you right back into the shoulder circuit. One arm out and down. Other arm to match. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Remember, stomach in tight, glutes tight. 10 more reps. 2, 3. Body shouldn't be swinging here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there's my 20 repetitions in. From now we're going to a kneeling position to where you can see me. From here, we're pushing all the way overhead and then back. On this one, it's important to make sure that we're not leaning back or arching your back to get that push. So we're upright here, okay? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. There's our 10. Good. And then the rear delt fly, I'm going to go from the front angle this time. Feet close together. We're going to hinge at your waist with a flat spine. Weights are right in front of your knees. And let's go out to the side with control on the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. There's our 10. All right, let's grab your barbell or your broomstick. And we're going back into that rotation. So let's get a little bend to each knee. Stabilize your hips as best you can and try to rotate mainly through your spine. 1, 2, 3. We're on 10 per direction. 4, 5, 6. This is just our little warm up for our core stuff we've got coming up. So this shouldn't be really tough, but squeeze those muscles a little bit more than they need to be squeezed. Kind of like a little isometric at the end of each rep. Let's go 3 more. 2. Got it. All right, so if you've got a mat or a hard floor, put your mat down. And we're bringing it down to the ground. Let's see, make sure you can see me in the frame. That looks good. All right, starting off on one side, and I've got one arm all the way out in front of me here. I'm gonna bring that camera angle down just a little bit more. Okay. So I'm all the way on the floor, got one arm out in front of me, all the way extended. From here, my top hand's up on top, both legs are extended. I'm gonna push up and try to get a little gap underneath my lat there, or the armpit area. And I'm pulling my elbow to touch my knee at the top of each rep. So let's go for about 10 to 15. You ready? And lift, slowly lower. 1, 2. Try to feel the obliques over here doing most of that work. 3. While you get a little assistance through the hand down here. 4, 5, 6, 7. Need at least 3 more from you. Control on the way down. 3, 2. I'm going to go for a few more repetitions here for those that can. 11, 12. 3 more. 13, 14. And there's my 15. I'm going to spin us around. Let's do that same count. 15 more repetitions there. All right, arms all the way extended, top hands behind my head, and I'm going to pull with a little bit of gap underneath that lat underneath. 2. Let's try to match the same 15 count. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Keep pulling. 3 left. 3, 2. Got it. All right, next up, we've got what we call jackknives. So we're starting with our seated position. I'm going to have you lean back a little bit. You should feel your abdominal muscles engage. It's okay to keep your feet on the ground for a lower intensity. If you can, we're going to lift those up. And from this position, we kick back, and then we're pulling up together. So away from each other, up together. So ready? Let's go for about 15 repetitions with control. Let's kick out, pull up. It's okay to use your hands for a little balance if you need. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can get your middle of your back to touch the floor. 10. Go for it. 11. Some people don't have that weight distribution in order to do that. So just do the best you can. 1 more. 15. Good. All right, next one. Since we're working the front and the sides, we also need to work your low back. So for this, we're going to go to a flat on your belly position. My hands are to the side. I'm trying to lift up, push all the way overhead, bring it back, and then down. That's one cycle through. So I'm lifting my head, my feet, my hands, Ready? Up, push, and all the way back to the floor. Try not to rest there. Just use it as a little tap. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see who's got all the way to 15. 10, 11, 12, 13. 2 more. 14. And there's my 15. Let's go back over your feet and give your back a break. Reach your arms out. Hang tight. All right, let's go back to those same few exercises. So from one side, arms all the way extended out. If you need a modification here, you can do just a little lift. You don't have to go all the way up off the floor. Ready? And pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Got them. Nice work. We're switching directions. And right into that next side. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Almost there. 12, 13, 14. Last one. Got it. All right, let's bring it back up. I'm going back to the jackknife. This time I'm at a little variation. So instead of going straight out and then pulling in here, let's see if we can shift it over to one glute. And we'll do the same motion with just a little bit of angle, so hit the obliques a bit more. And let's go for per side. Let's go for 8 to 10 per side. We'll go from one, then the next. So shift your weight. We're over to one side. It's okay to have a little support here. And we're pulling up together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 9. There's my 10. A little breather. We're going to switch it up to 10 on the opposite side. All right. Ready. Kick out. Pull in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. Good job. There's a 10. All right, let's go back into the prone T to the overhead reach, or Superman, as some people call these. So from this direction, flat on your stomach, lifting everything up off the ground, push, and back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Remember to not rest on the floor in between those reps. Just a light touch and go. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Last one. And 15. Back over your feet. All right, so if you have one of those weights, let's grab it. You can use just your body weight on this next one. I'm gonna have you start with your right hand up. My right knee is bent. My left leg is straight, and I'm gonna be using my left elbow as a support. We've got 3 steps here. See if you can follow along. So crunch to your elbow. From there, we go to your hand, pushing up. Our third step is going to be lifting off the ground. So just those three that are reverse that process. Back to the floor. This is the beginning of a Turkish get up. So we're not going to do the full motion, just the first portion. Ready? And elbow, hand, lift and hold for a second, and then control it on that way back down. Same motions. Good. Elbow, hand, lift, then butt, elbow to the back. Good. 2. Let's go for about 5 cycles before I switch it. Elbow, 3, crunch, push, lift, and reverse. 4. And there's my 5. So let's do the same thing and switch sides. I'm going to switch directions where you can see me. All right. So left hand has the weight. Left knee is bent. Right leg is extended out straight. I'm crunching to my elbow. Pushing to my hand. Lift and hold. And reverse. 1. Elbow. Hand. Lift. To butt. Elbow. Back. 2. Lift. See if you can keep up with me here. 3. Elbow. Hand. Lift. Back down. 4. And 1 more. There's my 5. Feel free to grab a heavier weight on that one if you need. And we're moving on to a variation of a plank. So, starting here, holding tight. If you look at my low back, I want to make sure that it's not dropping. Squeezed up tight here. My knees are pretty straight. My hands are under my shoulders. From here, I want you to go to your right elbow and to your left elbow. And we're reversing that back up. Right hand, left hand. Let's repeat that again a couple more times. Right elbow, left, right hand, left hand. Right, right, left, left. Now let's keep your hips stable as you can. Try not to have them wiggling all over the place. Elbow, elbow, hand, hand. Let's go a couple more. Down, up, 2 left. 1, 2, and 1 more. You got it. Good. So we led with the right. Next time we're leading with the left. And let's go to a reverse crunch to follow that one up. So a couple different modifications would be simplest would be knees just pulling towards your chest. That's one variation. Next up would be feet kind of rocking behind your head. That's the second intensity. Then the hardest is pulling your feet towards the ceiling. So hands for support here. We're going to lift and then try to control their speed on the lowering phase. You're ready and lift. Slowing that way down. Try not to get too much momentum from kicking your legs up there if you don't have to. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How about 4 more? 4, 3, 2. Got him. All right. If you need a break from that, flip over to your stomach and give me that press up that we did in the warm up from the sun salutation. All right. Let's get you a little time for a drink. Let's see what we got in here. All right. Let's go through that same little circuit. Turkish get-ups. So my right hand has the weight. Right leg is bent. Left leg is straight. I'm going to start by crunching up to my elbow. That weight should always be pointing straight towards the ceiling. Try not to let it drop down here. To the hand, lift, and then back to the floor. Elbow, and then down. 1. Now that you got the hang of it, let's add a couple more cycles out of each side. 2, I'm going to go to, let's go to 7 since we have 5 to start. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. And there's my 7. Nice job. Let's switch it up. I'm switching songs. This thing is a lullaby. All right. So, left hand has the weight. Left knee is bent, right leg straight. Let's crunch to your hand, lift, and reverse. 1. Let's go back to 7 reps. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. And there's my 7. All right, let's move along. Let's go back to the plank up and downs from your arms. If you need a modification here, you can always do this one from your knees. Down, down, up, up. So the first set we led with the right, let's lead with the left. All right, we're up and tight, locked in. Left elbow, right elbow, left hand, right hand. 1, left, right, 2, left, right, for 3. Core's locked in place, try not to wiggle. 4, 5, 6, 7. One more cycle. There's our 8. All right, hopefully we're getting a little bit work through here now. Let's go to one more round on that reverse crunch. That's where we're either pulling your knees to your chest, lifting your feet above your head, or the hardest intensity straight up in the air. 3, 2, 1, lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 more. And 12. All right, a little break here if you need. I'm going to slowly start moving us back up to your feet. Okay. So for the next one, you can use your weight if you'd like. Try to maybe start with that one to see how you feel, and then we can incorporate it if you need. You know, a really wide stance. Toes are pointing forward. Go just a little lower, and we'll have it. Okay. Perfect. All right, let's go left hand up. I'm gonna start by keeping that hand up, just like we did with the Turkish get up, but controlling myself down to one side. So I should feel a stretch. And now I'm going to use those muscles to lift back to the top. Both of these are very slow and controlled. Down, get a stretch, and use those obliques to lift back up top too. So if we want to add that weight, let's give it a try. All right. Slowly lower, and then pull up. 1, let's go to 10, and I'll switch your sides. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go 2 or 4 more. 7, 8. Almost there. 9. And there's my 10. Good. If that leading foot wants to angle out a little bit, let it. That's okay. Switching sides. That hand up. Slowly lower. Get a stretch. And squeeze back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Couple left. 9. And there's our 10. Okay. All right, shake your arms a little bit. I'm gonna go one more on each side of that, then we'll move it along. All right, so we're going back to that first side. Weights overhead, or just your hand, whichever one feels best for you. Slowly lower, and your weight should remain pretty close to that same spot. It lowers just a bit as your body lowers down. You may travel a little to the side there, but trying to make sure that we're not getting it way over here. It's going to put too much stress on your side or your back. 6, 7 in. Let's go 3 more. 8, 9, and there's 10. This is a good substitute for, since we don't have that equipment at the gym where it's like an angled stand and you can do those side bends down and back up. This is a good alternative. All right, one up here, foot angled out, slowly lower. 1. And another thing you can do is use that mind muscle connection. If you're not feeling a whole lot here, try to give it a little extra squeeze at the top of each rep. 5, 6, 7. Keep pulling. Got a couple left. 8, 9. There's my 10. All right, for the next grouping, you're going to need that slider. So something slick. We'll lower. Okay, an angle there. Yeah. And we're going for an adductor lunge. So the slider is underneath my feet, or my foot that's going to be going out and then back in. I want to keep my center of mass over the leg that's stationary. So if I slide this foot out, my body weight should stay pretty straight to where it was. I've got light pressure over here, and I'm going to put pressure down into the floor as I drag back in together. And we'll feel the inner thigh on that leg getting worked. So let's push it out, keep your shoulders back, chest up, put pressure down, and slide back in. Good. 2. Slide. 3. 4. Sometimes just a sock will work if you have a hard floor. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. One more. There's my 10. Good. If you don't have anything that works on this one, we can step out to a side lunge and then try to pull back together with that one leg. And do my modification there. All right, ready? Other foot, slide it out. Keep your body weight centered over the leg that's stationary. Pull back in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Lost it. 6. Come on, slider. Barefoot. There we go. 7, 8, 9. One more. Try to do it one clean sweep. There's your 10. Good, good. All right, the next one's where we'll need a blanket or some kind of pillow. And if your couch has something where you can prop your feet underneath of it, that's what we're looking for. So I'll place my mat down here. I'm going to place my knees on it and hook my toes under your couch. If you've got a light couch or likes to slide, be cautious with this one. So we're trying to get your hamstrings on this. We're hooking here, and we should feel those muscles engage just by doing that. I'm going to have my hands out in front of me. I'm going to try to slowly lower to the floor, and I use my hamstrings to pull back up to the top. 2. Let's see if you can make 10 repetitions on these. If you've got a partner working out with you, have one partner hold your feet or sit on the couch there. Or you're stationary, you're not moving around. 5. Let's go 5 more. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Got him. All right. All right, well, we're back up on your feet. I'm gonna give you a little challenge here. So let's set a timer. We're gonna do a little squat hold. So just holding this position. I'll cap you in a minute if you can make a minute straight through. Let's start in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're down and holding. Right here. Nice job. This is one that should start off kind of moderate, easy to moderate, and then as time progresses, it gets exponentially hard to hold. A little shaking's fine, burning's normal. Nice job. We're coming up on 30 seconds there. Let's go 30 more seconds. Keep going, keep going. Who's got it? 20 to go. 14, 13. Hang in there. 10 more seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And pop it back up. Let's give those legs a little break. All right. This is one where I've actually used my clipboard before on this one. Maybe that's going to work a little bit better. Yeah. Let's go back to my cardboard. All right, slider lunge. So we're starting with weight on the stationary foot. Ready? Kick out. Put a little pressure down and pull in. 1. Try to do it in one clean sweep. 2. If you can't get it in one sweep, that means you're going a little too far to the side. 6, 7. Yep, come on. 8. Let's get a slick on my foot there. 9. One more. There's our 10. Good. All right, prep for the other side. 3, 2, 1, and pull in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last couple. 7, 8, 9. One more. And there's our 10. All right, I'm curious to know if anybody's actually got the this one to work for them. If you've got a partner, that should be easy to handle. But that's the one where our feet are under the couch, and we're going down to the floor. So try to feel the back of your legs working. All right, we're slowly lowering to the ground. And pushing back up top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more. 7, 8. I'm going for 10. Almost. 11. All right, good, good. So let's start kind of winding things down a little bit now that we finished out those last couple exercises. And I want to give you some stretches down on the floor. So occasionally, I'll have somebody who says they have a little bit of back discomfort as they do these exercises, like the tucks there, the reverse crunch. So a good back health exercise that I would have you do today is just that press up that we've been working on. Let's hold that for a good 30 seconds or more. Keep going, about 10 more seconds worth of hold. Try to relax your abdomen as much as possible. Low back should be sagging towards the floor on this one. I always follow that up with a child's pose back over my feet. All right, let's go to a seated position. Let's pick one foot out in front of you, plug the other leg across, and pull up. If you need a little bit more to stretch on this, we can use his hand to support you behind you and kind of pry your knee over to that side. And we should feel your glute hip out here getting a stretch. And same thing on the other side. So hug here. Need more pull, pry over, get a bit more stretch. If you need a higher intensity stretch, you're going to tuck one leg underneath, that leg over the top, thread this knee through, and do that same hug. That should get you a little bit more intensity. Nice job, good, good. Last one, just an easy one. We're going to rock our knees side to side. Keep my shoulders here. Feet should be about shoulder width apart. And I'll fall on one side, fall to the other, and just kind of work back and forth at whatever speed feels best for you. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do 2 more of those. 9. And there's 10. Good. All right. I'm curious to know, let me know real quick before you go, who made the squat? And if you didn't make it all the way through, how long did you make? Obviously made a full 60 count there. I will try to put a link. I just filmed a new video yesterday. I have a quick stretching routine for after you run. Good job, Cassell. 35 seconds. If I can edit this and I'll put it like on a link right here, I'll do that. If not, go to my page, and it's not under the live uploads. It's not under the live videos. It's under the uploads. So check that out. It's a quick 10-minute stretching routine. Made the minute. Nice job, Sarah and Kent. But yeah, it's a quick stretching routine that if you've started like a new activity, like you've been getting outside and hiking a little bit more, or if you've just been sitting at your desk a lot, and it's good to get up and do these stretches to keep limber. Check it out. I'll try to get that link posted up here if I can. And I will see most of you, or hopefully all of you, again on Friday. And we'll do more of a cardio class. So heart rate getting up there. As far as equipment, you shouldn't really need much. If you've got like a jump rope, maybe bring that. So Jason 34. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off. Thanks for coming. I'll see you again on Friday.